But Lindsay came to Los Angeles and San Diego, and in San Diego, where we don't have, quite as much, we haven't evolved much beyond the, taco shop and things like that. They are still talking about Lindsay's performance that night. So I'm gonna just tell you that her book, Daddies, is out now from Featherproof Press. Better get it, or it sells out, and so you can say you have it, and she'll sign it for you. Just not tonight.
I'm ready.
So when I read in San Diego at Vermin, I got a nickname, RD, for real dumb. And already tonight I forgot to bring some books to sell, and I spilled whiskey on myself, so I guess I deserve that. Bullshit nickname. This is called My Boyfriend Dell. You got an eye booger, Dell tells me. I can't look at it, it's sick. You all gooey, a goober goo face. This he finds funny. He laughs loud, his mouth huge, all teeth but for where a ridged half tooth is working its way down in the front. I try but can't get a purchase on why it was so funny, but even so I laugh too. I work out the eye booger with my fingertip and try to be demure when I wipe it on his mama's carpet. All the magazines say it's important to laugh together. Laughter is important in any successful relationship. I laugh until Dell gets distracted by his transformer and tells me in his transformer voice that it's time for me to die. I die over and over, wilting into the carpet. One time I wilt onto his laser gun and he tells me to quit being a stupid dummy. This hurts. I pretend I have to use the bathroom. I run the water and cry a little. When I get back, Dell asks me number 1 or number 2, but I don't answer. I never know how to answer that. Later we drive to the Arby's for milkshakes. That's something any other woman might get agitated about, having to always be the one who drives, the one who pays, but I like that about me and Dell. He's content just being taken. You remember when we met, I ask him? He's playing with the radio, a preacher shouting, a woman moaning, an old hillbilly crooning, the news, the weather, the traffic. Yeah, he says, you was in the library, same as me. He goes rigid, then a machine gun fart rat-a-tats out from him and he relaxes. Excuse me, he says. That's right, I say, we both like books about aliens. Ain't that something? This tastes like barf, Dell says, but he keeps drinking. We are quiet for a while, which is a relief because it can be a difficulty getting a 9-year-old to conversate. I drive around the parking lot into the next parking lot. Maybe we'll go into the store and look at Legos. Sometimes we do that. Sometimes Dell lets me take him to the ladies' clothes area so I can get his opinion on tops. This is boring, Dell says, and I get scared he's talking about us, so I rev the engine and pretend like I'm going to ram into an old woman with a shopping cart. Yeah, Dell screams, I want to see her guts. Back at his house, he asks if I want to play Princess Leia, and I am touched. I know he'd rather have her for a girlfriend than me. It'd be an honor, I tell him, and he hands me my lightsaber and then knocks it out my hand with his. You're dead, cinnamon bun dumb hair, he says, looking up at me through his bangs. My hand is throbbing from where his lightsaber hit. Again, I die for him. I shudder and quake and cry out and fall at his feet and die. Now I'm going to maybe spit in your hair. You don't know. Keep your fat eyes closed, he says. Okay, I whisper. Dinner, Dell's mama calls, and I stay dead waiting for Dell to ask if I can stay and eat. But when I open my eyes a moment later, he says, you gotta go. I get up on my knees and hold my arms out. Dell lets me hold him. He smells like sweat and his mama shampoo herbal essences, the pink kind I checked. I squeeze him extra long because I can't get up the nerve to kiss his cheek. Maybe next time. I'll miss you, I say. Let go, he says. You acting like a butthole ugly face. I pass his mama on the way out, standing at the stove in her house dress. You know I don't like you coming around so much. She isn't looking at me, just watching her own hand move the spoon around the pot. You a nice lady, but my son is 9 years old, and you are what? You are what? I want to say, I love your boy, Dell, but I never even said that to Dell yet, so I just leave it be. On the way home, I stop and buy a can of beefaroni. Me and Dell can eat the same dinner even if we ain't in the same place. Over the program I watch, I can hear Dell's mama saying, you are what? You are what? Dell has a new friend, this Simon child with glasses and a neon snot lip. He is over every afternoon now. The first time we meet, I offer him a tissue, and he tells me I should use it to wipe the old off my face. We drive to the Arby's and Dell sits in the back seat with Simon. I watch Dell's face in the rear view. I wait for him to look at me, but he doesn't. When we get to the Arby's, I tell him I don't have no money, even though I have $14 in a roll in my purse. On you? I ask Dell. I am turned around and with a jovial look on my face. This is an adventure, my face is saying. Dell says, huh? And Simon says, we ain't got a dime, lady. We ain't even double digits yet. On you? I ask again. Let's just wander the store, Dell says, and my middle flutters because I love when he is decisive. Hold my hand in the parking lot, I say to Dell, for safety. In the magazines, they talk about how important touch is, affection, showing instead of just telling. In high school, I held a boy's hand at a football game, the boy's hand rigid and cold in mine, the lights exploding around us and the air smelling like pizza and hot dogs and bubble gum. The boy got up to use the restroom and took his cup of 7-Up with him and did not return. Go on, I say to Dell, holding out my hand. Not a chance in heck, he says. He has recently learned to belch. The word heck comes out in a moist growl. In the store, Dell and Simon race to the drinking fountain. Simon gets a mouthful and gleeks it out my slack, says, oh hey, piss pants. Dell points and laughs. In the magazines, they say men are sometimes cruel because they are testing your emotional boundaries. I want Dell to know I am boundless. I am a universe. I grit out a smile and follow them to the toys. They arm themselves with swords and commence to stabbing me. Simon saying, lop off her titties. Simon saying, I wish these blades were real and I wish you were dying like old ladies are supposed to. Dell chops me in half. A woman smiles at me, says, boys. I want to tell her Dell is my man, tell her he is not a boy, but she is wearing a pink hair clip and a wooden necklace, and this convinces me she would not understand. In the video games aisle, I stand behind Dell as he and Simon shoot at homeless people and prostitutes. I wait while they throw basketballs at each other's crotches. I buy them hot dogs, and Simon says, I knew you was lying about the money. I wait outside the bathroom while they relieve themselves. Simon comes out and says Dell barfed up his hot dog. I don't know if this is true or not. In the recreations area, Simon and Dell spin the wheels of the hanging bikes and dare each other to stick their fingers in the spokes. I am desperate for Dell to look at me, for his gray eyes to meet mine. All I require is a single moment. It is all I need in this world. I cannot go home to the bed and the walls and the single channel on the television and the white plate on the table and the drying tulip from Dell's mama's garden without my moment. And I know what the magazines say about jealousy being a powerful motivator when a man can't commit, and I grab for Simon and push my lips onto his smell like mold and ketchup and dirt, his heart beating out his whole body, his lips cold and wet, the snot. I pull away and he is wiping his mouth and gagging, the snot smeared across his cheek now, a glistening wing, his glasses fogged, Simon saying, what? What? Dell emitting a high whining, ew! All eyes fixed on me, marbles of horror. I back away. I turn and walk through the blender aisle, the baby clothes, all the lotions and powders and mints and magazines asking me questions about myself. Me thinking, how should I know? Me wondering why they don't say nothing about a kiss being salty as a tear. Thank you.